ऐसे बाहर जाऊंगा मैं खाया नहीं भैया दूध पिया उससे चलो
Okay. After explaining, I was starting to give. Just. How many points you have written? First.
Circulation of ideas and yes, a new word of debate and discussion.
Those who disagreed with those. Second point.
Those who disagreed
with established authorities. Established authorities.
Those who disagreed with
established authorities. First you have to write. Not to sleep. Hey, you just complete.
authorities
Could now print and circulate their ideas. Third point, through the printed message,
I'm gonna on सुबह रखना चाहिए so
they persuade people to think differently.
Actually persuade
people to think differently and move them into action. Next point, everybody did not welcome the printed book. And those who welcomed also, had fears about it.
Why?
I'll tell you. Fears about it. Many were.
Same point.
Many were apprehensive of the effects that easier access to the printed word and the wider circulation of books could have on people's mind.
Could have
on people's mind. It was feared in your textbook, some Erasmus and all have written that you have to go through. Have you seen this year's sample paper?
No.
You did not see.
CBSE.
No, you sit. I will show you. No, don't worry about it. You don't have. So you don't have.
I don't know where to get it from. That's fine.
No, that is the site you have to go.
That na CBSE sample.
CB. No. It
देखना है
will-
मैम.
No. I'm having. No, you
तो
don't.
फिर मैम CBSE sample में डालो तो आ जाता है.
ऐसा नहीं. CBSE academy.in.
नहीं वो साइट वही तो बोल रहा हूँ वो डाले तो साइट वगैरह सब आता है.
Why are you telling? Why are you this arguing? Sample paper means they will put 2 years back, 3 years back. Original site में क्या लेगा?
मैं वही बोल रहा हूँ बस डाला ना ऐसे CBSE सैंपल साइट वगैरह जाने की जरूरत नहीं है. CBSE सैंपल पर डाला तो साइट डाल जाता है. साइट का नाम क्यों डालना है डायरेक्ट वो बोल दिया उसको नहीं मालूम चलेगा.
You don't believe it.
No.
CBSE academy.in. www.cbse.academy.in.
वो तो साइट का नाम है.
The if you are opening, then it will come like that sample paper. Then
Sample now.
Huh? Let me see that I am having.
मेरे को मालूम नहीं है कैसे करेंगे. मैं मैम को समझा रहा हूँ वो साइट पर का कैसे क्या नाम उसको मालूम रहेगा ना. हाँ भाई अच्छा. एक दिन का कंप्यूटर क्लास लगा था तो गेम खेलने में लगा ही दिया सब. मैंने सुना तक नहीं था पागल. सुनी नहीं सारी बात को डाल दिया मेरे को गेम खेल रहा था. मेरे को बोला मैं आऊँगा तो फिर मैं मोटे डालो उनको. मैं मेरी फेवरेट है तो ले बोल रही हूँ मोटे है ना. मेरे किस मेरे को यार सही नहीं आती किसको कंप्यूटर की बात है. चालू हो गई है इसका कुछ ना. दिमाग तो ठीक है. अरे तो आज आते हैं ना बर्थडे तो ओ वाओ क्या मेरा बर्थडे. अब बर्थडे का मेरे को आज 18 पे की 4 दिन पहले तो
Okay. See when the question is coming.
this year sample paper. Are you excited?
See what is that more competency based question. Directly you cannot. See here one understanding. Interpret the following pie diagram and choose the correct option for the following. See the textbook it is given. So, but what is the significance of 43% of land under plains?
ऐसे क्वेश्चन आएंगे.
You will not get a direct question. That is why I am telling you. You should
पढ़ाओ
not.
फिर अभी आप ये.
अब competency based पढ़ाओ मत.
All are competency. Majority are competency based. First, let me complete my syllabus. Then I will.
ऐसे ही करो फिर. ऐसे ही क्वेश्चन देते रहो उनको और अगर नहीं आएगा तो फिर समझाओ. एक्चुअली कुछ सही बोला इससे फॉर अ चेंज. देखो मैं मार रहा वापस.
See, what is that? Napoleon in the given picture is depicted as a postman. See, have you ever seen this one?
Yes, then first chapter of Europe.
That is why it is not coming like that directly. Napoleon's work. Then, what to each lecture folding from his
मतलब
background?
सब black and white लगेगा तो कुछ नहीं समझेगा.
No, whatever he did, that only.
कलर प्रिंट चाहिए.
Number of wars he fought,
Yes,
letters he
yes,
posted to the monarchs, territories lost by him, areas conquered by him.
Areas conquered by him.
That is why you have to understand the concept and then write. Then,
मैं 3700 दिए मैंने.
क्यों 700 आया अभी ऑफ किया.
मैं निकाला ना फिर आया बोला वापस ले.
so after
Correct,
that,
answer
yes, you write. Continue. I'll teach according to
ऐसे ही कर दिया.
Please.
you
One
just write, no, complete it. It was feared that
जो मार रहे देखो.
It was weird.
अभी मैं लिखने लगा हूँ तो मुझे भी लिखने दो.
it
It was weird.
that if there was no control, over what was printed and read.
कोई तो ये इसका ही फोन तेरा फोन का आवाज ऐसे आता ही नहीं है मेरे को मालूम है गाना लगा
Then
what was printed
and read, R-E-A-D.
अरे वो वाली चुप रही
And
what was printed and
Read.
अब सुनाएंगे रीड से लड़की चिल्लाती रहती है पागल
Then rebellious and
वो काली काली पोस्ट है वो मैं ब्रेड के बात बताऊं
rebellious and irreligious
rebellious and irreligious है
thought might spread. Irreligious thought
might spread
might spread.
मैं कल ईद थी ना कल नहीं है
Next point.
वेडनेसडे को है कल है
If that happened,
माइंड
कौन सा
स्प्रेड
स्कूल में
if that happened,
मैं माइंड स्प्रेड के बात क्या है वो तो बता
full stop I told. Next sentence.
ना बोल
If that happened, the authority of valuable literature would be destroyed. Literature would be destroyed. Next point. Expressed by, this is there in the textbook, the same sentence. Why I am giving you the same sentence? Based on that, the question will come. You will get the passage. So, after getting that passage, the question will not be based on this. Question will not be from that passage. On what basis this question is given? So you have to write it. It is based on religious debates and fear of that way. That word will not be there in the passage, but you have to understand about what. That is why I am giving each and every one. Expressed by religious authorities. Expressed by religious authorities and monarchs as well as many writers and artists. This anxiety was the basis of widespread criticism of the new printed literature that had
of the new printed
literature that had begun to circulate. See, what was the real basis of the fear? The anxiety that the printed literature would generate criticism against the established institutions. Which were the established institutions? Church and monarchy. This established institution would be criticized. That was the fear. Understood? If these books were allowed to be published like that in numbers, any type of books that is rebellious and irreligious books would be published, and that would create a criticism. People have no choice, that is, they will take the book and read it. When they read, they get some kind of ideas in their mind. On the basis of the ideas in their mind, they began to criticize. That is why there was the fear of literature. Okay, printed work. Did you get that meaning of that? Hmm? Next question you write. Why was Martin Luther already so?
नहीं पूरा नहीं
I
होगा.
already saw the first part.
Okay.
Till
Martin-
the introduction.
See, I'm giving you the question and you have to write the answer after seeing that.
हाँ ठीक है.
Okay. Why was Martin Luther in favor of print
In favor of
and spoke out in praise of it? Because Martin Luther told that printing is the ultimate gift of God and the greatest one. So he praised it because of the print only the Bible could be printed and the real ideas of the Bible could reach to him. So he considered it as the real gift of God. So he praised it. Huh? Okay, come very fast. Got the question, no?
Yes.
You have to write it. You just don't put like that. You just put that Martin Luther
देख मिसाल करके निकल.
अरे पागल है पागल वो विसर्जन के लिए निकलता है ना. कल सुबह विसर्जन होता है मालूम है क्या? कल
अबे तो अभी है क्या?
अभी
Martin Luther
विसर्जन
and
जाने वाला था गया चोरी.
हाँ.
पापा को बहुत ज्यादा कर दिया था बहुत.
and his works on
हाँ क्या कर रहा है?
तू भी नहीं गया थे. हाँ मैं गया था बचपन में.
and the Reformation.
हाँ बहुत भीड़ होती है. मर जाएगा सर.
हाँ सही में
मर जाएगा. बहुत भीड़ होती है.
मुझे ये नहीं लिखना
पूरा एक दिन घूमते हो लोग. सबसे लास्ट में जाता है उसका विसर्जन. पता होता कुछ है नहीं.
मेरे को बोल रहा है
क्या?
हाँ
हाँ.
अरे हाँ
See, you told you are not understanding anything from that. Actually, what happened?
नहीं मैं फोटो वीडियो से ये क्या गधे जैसा वीडियो लगाती है ये भी गधी
No, no.
भी गधा है
You
सब
listen.
इसको बोलना चाहिए बहुत मार रही है देखो मैम ऐसे जब करती मैम क्लास कितने बजे तक है 12:05 और आधा घंटा
Listen, the Catholic Church. At that time, Roman Catholic Church was there.
रोमन
This Catholic Church taught the people to do certain things, and there was a practice called confession of sins. The people have to approach that priest and confess their sins. And when the time passed, that there are so many problems. That is, how much sins they will confess to a stranger. There is a fear that if this priest would say to somebody else, so there these all things made the people to avoid confessing. At that time, there was a need for repairing the church or rebuilding the church. So the Pope started a kind of activity by sale of indulgence. That means those who are purchasing that indulgence, their sins will get revealed. So that kind of things they have started. And the highest bidder will get the highest number of sins get relieved.
we also want indulgence
No, he don't want that. He realized that that is wrong thing because money was amassed by the church in the pretext of that. And another thing was that there were so many other sacraments that practices in the Roman Catholic Church which was not correct. And the clergies and other people live in lavish lifestyle, worldliness, corrupt practices they followed. All this made this person to think about what is that this is wrong. And his background we have seen, he was afraid of a thunderstorm and he thought that how can I get saved from that. So he felt that the angel came before him and he was she was telling that angel was telling that if you have done good things then you can be saved. So he took a decision that in my future life I will become a monk. So he got a chance to become that to work in the monastery, study that books, and he become a priest, clergy. There he had got an opportunity to see all these things. Now he started questioning. When he questioned, that time there was a practice. Those who questioned that religious practices, there was a practice of inquisition. Inquisition means it's a trial taken by the Roman Catholic Church. After the trial, if the person found guilty, they used to be punished. The punishment were like that, burn at the stake, dipping in that boiling oil or like that. So very cruel punishments were there. So he was made to come before the Inquisition and he defended. Then because he was a clergy, he got an opportunity to get defended. In the big conference, he got the chance to defend himself, and afterwards, they have decided to punish him. That means send in exile. So, when he was sent in exile, also, he was doing his activity because he got an opportunity to read the Bible and what is taught in the Bible or what is written in the Bible. So finally, they all decided to punish him. He was hauled up. Then he went to his friend's house, and there he started translating the New Testament of Bible. Now, New Testament, when it is translated in German language, people could buy and read it. They began to understand what is really written, what is the practice followed by Roman Catholic Church. It created division in the church, and one group they came to be known as Protestants, the others were known as Catholics. So this kind of activity that Martin Luther could do because of the
Are you a Catholic or are you a Protestant?
Protestant. So this Loba madam is Catholic.
मैम इसके वजह से वो दो चर्च बने हैं वो कैथोलिक
दो चर्च नहीं है, सो दो ग्रुप बना.
यूरोप में कैथोलिक लोग चर्च दोनों की जो डिफरेंस क्या है?
Difference means what is written in that Bible, according to that Protestants are following. They are not believing. For example, in the Bible it is written, you should not make any image or idol in the name of God. So we are not keeping any image, or because that time there was no photography. Who is that person? We don't know, and there is no cross is the device on which Jesus was crucified. So in our mind, we are always thinking about that one. Daily we are thinking. And he is not just killed forever. He is resurrected. He is still living. He is alive. He will come back also. That is the belief. So that is written in the Bible. So instead of that blind practices, so we are just, there is no intermediary between us. That is in
hate the Catholics.
Not hating, because I born and brought up in a Catholic family. When I grew up, I got an opportunity to study what is the reality. Then I changed into Protestant. Okay, you understood what is Martin Luther's work, why he told it is the ultimate gift of God? Understood? This answer you have to write. Question I have given you, and the answer you have to write. Now the next part is print and dissent. Heading, you write print and dissent. What's your book? That is your drama only. Take your book. Print and dissent. You write, why did heading you have written or not? Print and dissent is the heading. Question you write, why did Roman Catholic Church begin keeping an index of prohibited books? Prohibited books.
Roman Catholic Church.
From the mid 16th century. From the mid 16th century.
Answer
This is the question. Why did means आंसर कैसे होता है?
आपने बोला ना अप्रॉक्सीमेट 19 से 16 से।
हाँ, that is what.
क्वेश्चन आंसर सही है।
16th century.
देवांशु द बैट। देवांशु
वो बेटा
वेट 16 बेटा जब चालू होएगा ना
हाँ,
फिर
see, listen.
देखना है
बेटा इधर आ।
Here also.
अप्रॉक्सीमेट 16 सेंचुरी के बाद।
देवांशु ने तेरी बुक ले।
थैंक यू।
Print and popular literature.
Stimulated many distinctive individual interpretation.
Helped.
आंसर है
हाँ,
आंसर है
हाँ. Helped.
आप क्या वापस बोला आंसर
Many people to
many people to
interpret religious literature religious literature and spread it
among us
among little educated people.
educated people
Next point. Manocchio. One man only.
Next point.
You just write the same Manocchio.
Monaco
No. Manocchio.
Miller क्या रहता है?
What is Miller?
You just write first what I'm telling.
Miller होता है।
Comma.
Frederick Miller.
A miller in Italy.
Huh?
A
What is Miller?
Manocchio, comma. A miller in Italy.
What is a miller?
You just write no.
वो जॉब होता है मिल में काम करने का हाँ
Miller in Italy began to read books. Read books that were available in his locality. In his locality. Next point. He reinterpreted the message of the Bible and formulated a view of God and creation. He reinterpreted the message of the Bible and formulated a view of God and creation. A view of God and creation, comma, which enraged, enraged, enraged Roman Catholic Church. Next point. The Roman Catholic Church began Inquisition. You're sleeping and afterwards you will ask. Began Inquisition to repress heretical ideas Monarchy was hauled up. HAULED, hauled up, and ultimately executed. Ultimately executed. Next point, the Roman Catholic Church troubled by the effects of popular reading and questioning of faith imposed severe controls over publishers and booksellers and began to maintain an index of prohibited books. You come and take the textbook. No. So you just take that textbook. You don't no.
नहीं हो रहा है पड़ेगा हैंग पड़ गया देखो
textbook
अभी वो पूरा नहीं लिखा हुआ है
ये एक्सेप्ट नहीं
just take the textbook.
ये
मैं बंद करके लिख सकते हो
देखो you it is already came now.
कुछ भी लिखा you will
Already it was there. Why you are wasting your time? I feel like banging.
banging
नहीं हो रहा I mean अच्छे नहीं हो रहा
मैं भी वही लगा रहा
अरे यार
वाला बात उसका से नहीं काम करता अच्छे से
it is there now.
नेशनल काउंसिल का पढ़ने की अरे जहाँ नीचे ही तो था अबे अगे नीचे ही तो था कभी
अच्छा सॉरी ये रहता है ना 10th वाला फिर उनको नहीं आता
अरे था तो नीचे
इंग्लिश उर्दू सिखा दो चलो उर्दू हिस्ट्री किधर दिख रहा है देख
अरे
हिस्ट्री किधर है
You go back. Urdu.
है
समकालीन भारत उर्दू
You just go.
ये तो बताओ क्या
जमहूरी
लोकतंत्रिक राजनीति
क्या है वही उर्दू में क्या क्या लिखते हैं उर्दू में पहले सीख रहे
You
हैं
just
बेटा मंचित करेगी तो
social science
tell me that history came when also
इधर हिस्ट्री है
अरे तू नीचे जा छोड़ नीचे जा नीचे
हाँ,
सिखा रहे
नीचे
हैं
जा।
अरे नीचे
जाम
छोड़ दे
नीचे
हाँ नीचे जा अबे नीचे जा अबे नहीं हगा
अच्छा सब्जेक्ट की थी
अरे तू यहाँ
ये वो देखो एनसीआर
अरे नीचे स्क्रॉल करना
रुक
पूरा
जा एक मिनट
हाँ देख आया ना कंटेम्पररी वर्ल्ड 2
अरे
how many times it came
अरे
why you are wasting the time
इधर वेस्ट किया अरे पागल रुक जा मैं अरे हट अरे
देवांशु अब तू फोटो ले
चैप्टर
ओ
5 अरे टाइम जा रहा है जल्दी क्या हो रहा है
अबे नीचे ही तो है
नहीं खोल ही नहीं रहा वो
इधर कुछ नहीं
कंटेम्पररी इंडिया मोटे हाँ
अबे वो पहला वाला आएगा 9th का
नीचे जा
9th का है वो कंटेम्पररी इंडिया पागल
हमारा कंटेम्पररी इंडिया
2 है
रुको नहीं 3 है
क्लास 10 चैप्टर 5 हाँ खोल
this
PDF
already so much time back it was there and yes it was there
मेरे को कैसे दिखाने को
आ गया
you are just scrolling something and time waste करने का
और
इरादा ही है
हो गया
ये कौन सा साल का बुक
अरे मैम मैं आपको वही तो बोल रहा हूँ नहीं दिख रहा आप बोल रहे हो ये देखो इधर में है तो नहीं दिखा
चल मंगवाते हैं
क्या
Amazon आ रहा है
कहाँ गया सिलेक्ट सब्जेक्ट सोशल साइंस इसमें सिलेक्ट क्या करूँ बुक टाइटल
नीचे देख सबसे ऊपर था ना वो इंडिया एंड कंटेम्पररी वर्ल्ड 2 हाँ
ये ना
हाँ गो दबा
अगर नहीं आया
हाँ देखते क्या करेगा तुम्हारे ना
नहीं
आ गया ओपन अरे वो ऊपर के
अरे वो चैप्टर आ रहे
अरे
हैं
दबा ओपन दबा मत चैप्टर में दबा ओपन ही डाल
ये नए जमाने की लड़की ही अलग हो गया बोल रहा हूँ देख तेरे को कब से ये ओपन ही नहीं हो रहा देखो ना
फोर चैप्टर क्यों खोल रहे हैं
तो कौन सा चैप्टर खोलूंगी
इस तरह आप क्या बोलेगा तो करती है
क्या करे वो उसमें तो रहना चाहिए ना आपने तो अभी साइड में
ये तो अस्थमा हो गया सब कुछ भी करती रहती है
और तो मोटापा हो कैसे कुछ भी करता नहीं ऐसा खाना पेट में सब पेट मारेगा उड़ जाएगा
ताले एप्लीकेंट्स ले
तो यही आता है दिमाग में देखकर अरे डाढ़ भी बोल रहे थे और अरे तो सीधा नीचे ना मोटू उधर समझता नहीं है
लास्ट चैप्टर था ये बांगी
बांगू बांगू से स्मॉल बेबी है ना क्या स्मॉल बेबी तो सब बैठा है देखना जैसे थर्ड का बच्चा लग रहा है देखना फ्रेश हो और हाँ फाइनली ये कौन सा चैप्टर है वर्ड लाइफ एंड विजुअल है ना
अरे पुराना बुक है इसके तो बोल रहा ऊपर का ओपन खुलने के लिए नया रैशनलाइज
बुक बैठ तेरे को दो बार देगा सब बार दो बार हगा
ओके
भी हगा ही
वही कर पूरा नीचे कर
अरे यार
सही और 5 मिनट
तू मारेगा
See,
हाँ
this one I have given you. It was clear that if there was no
देखो
control.
मैं बराबर निकाला फिर
Okay.
आप बोल रहे हो मेरे को गाली दे रहे हो आप
I did not give you. I never give.
मैंने ऐसे ही बोला गाली मतलब वही होता है ना
No, no.
गाली मतलब वही होता है ना आप
No, I don't know how to give.
आप बोलते हो
Please. I did not. See, print and descent. The same thing I have given one of you a miller. You asked about a miller, what is that? Not mill worker, mill owner. Understood? Miller is the owner of a mill.
मिल मतलब क्या
Mill factory.
अरे चक्की चक्की समझा मैं वही बोल रहा हूँ
Factory. So, what he did, he used to
read books that were available in his locality.
everything he used to, every type of books. Now, the Christian church had a belief that is, God created the world, man and the world. Everything is created by God. But now, he made his own interpretation that created a problem. That created a problem. That is why Roman Catholic Church made a list of prohibited books in 1558.
1558 मतलब मैम हम लोग तब तक क्या 1500 क्या 5000 साल पूरा
Then this one is also a source from which the question can come.
Erasmus
Erasmus. You have
इसमें
heard
से आता
about
है
Erasmus? Have you heard about it?
नहीं
Erasmus is the person who prepared, that is that geographical area of the earth.
प्लीज
No, the time is
मैं बहुत अर्जेंट
no. So what he was such a great person. So he wrote a Latin scholar and a Catholic reformer who criticized the excesses of Catholicism, but kept his distance from Luther, expressed his deep anxiety about the printing. So he was very much anxious about that this way, when interpretations are coming, that would make a difference in the belief of the people. That is why he wrote that to what corner of the world do they not fly these swarms of chicks? Okay, it may be that one here and there contribute something worth knowing, but the very multitude of them is hurtful of the scholarship. That means the large number of people are not getting that correct influence. That is, they are getting corrupted by reading. So, because it creates a blood, and even in good things, society is most harmful. That is maximum satisfaction, ultimate satisfaction. So they are not knowing what is correct, but they get satisfied by getting a little knowledge. That is what. It is harmful. Then fill the world with books, not just trifling things such as I write perhaps, but stupid, ignorant, slanderous, scandalous, raving, irreligious and seditious books, and the number of them is such that even the valuable publication loses the value. So means any scandals, anything they are writing, so valuable books lose its value. Okay.
lifestyle lifestyle क्या कर रहे हो कट कर दो हाँ कर दो एडिट करो करो एडिट